Hey guys, it's your girl Glam, and as the video says, we're going to talk about basically, I guess, quarantine life a little bit and the aspects of how we can strengthen our immune system. So, at work, I'm still in the office. Just to give you guys some backstory, I'm still working in the office. I don't work full time in the office. I telecommute basically a good bit of the week. So when I go into the office, I do have to interact with other people. There are other people around. Thankfully, in my area, there are a lot less people than it usually is, but other departments still have pretty much, almost a full staff, which is unfortunate. So, because I have to still go in the office, I want to make sure that I'm still doing what I need to do to fight off the virus if it is in the air. There have been some positive tests in my office. So just to do my job, I, do social distancing. I'm at home if I'm not at work. The only time I leave the house is to go to the grocery store, and I try to be mindful and respectful when I'm there as well. So I'm basically doing what I need to do to protect myself. Unfortunately, even with you protecting yourself, there is a chance for you to also catch the virus. So I just want to let you guys know everything that I state in this video is just basically what I do, what I use, what I've decided to put in my regimen. I advise you guys to do what works for you. Do your necessary research and definitely consult with a physician if necessary for anything that I'm going to show you. Nothing I'm giving you is medical advice, and it doesn't replace what anyone else has told you. So I'm going to give bits and pieces because I want people to do their own necessary research. I've taken the time to read online. I've taken the time to look at books and just look up a lot of the products that I have decided to consume myself. But everybody's body is different and it reacts different with different things. So please, please, please be mindful of that. Now, after we've gotten that over, so how am I feeling? I am feeling good health-wise. I have a strangely strong immune system, and I say that because I'm not like the biggest health person, meaning I don't go and work out heavily. I do eat bad things and stuff. I do partake in, drinking every once in a while, not really heavy anymore or anything like that. But I've been blessed to have a really good immune system. So I don't catch colds, but every 5 years I get something that slightly feels like a cold, but it never really stays. It's like in and out. So my body just fights it off very well, and I'm so blessed for that because I don't use sick days ever. Okay. So with that being said, I still want to keep my immune system strong. So I felt like if I'm not going to be necessarily eating the best things, I want to build up my immune system even more. So with that being said, I did put together a regimen of supplements that I am taking. I won't say religiously because I'm awful with swallowing pills. So sometimes I just see the pills and I'm just like, ooh, not today, not today. So I won't get on camera and lie to you and say, oh, I take these every day and I feel amazing. And no, sometimes I forget, it happens, but the bulk of the time I try to make sure I consume this. So I'm going to show you guys everything that I consume, and hopefully, you can get your own regimen together. I feel like it's irresponsible for you not to make sure that you're doing your job to take care of yourself. You can affect other people as well. So if I'm building myself up and keeping myself strong, I feel more comfortable being around people because then I'm like, I know I'm okay. They might be doing bad. And if they're doing bad, then I'm still fighting off what they are potentially giving me, if that makes sense. So if you're doing your job, doing what you're supposed to do, then what the next person is doing, hopefully, won't affect you. Okay, so let's start talking about these pills. Well, supplements. Let's call them supplements because pills just sound so harsh. They are pills, but it just sounds so harsh. So basically, this right here is a container. I have several of them. I fill up a whole week's worth at a time, and that's how I know if I miss something or if I'm slipping or slacking, because I keep them in my kitchen so that I can see them. And while I'm grabbing my lunch to take to work, or if I'm just in the kitchen making something to eat, I'm forced to see them. If I put them like in the bathroom and put them under the sink because I don't leave stuff out, then I'll never see them. Or if I keep them in the containers that they're supposed to be in, I'll just be like, whatever, I'm not even looking for them. But if I put them in this container and force myself to see them, I will be more likely to take them. So as you can see, it's a good bit of supplements in here. I will tell you that a lot of them look alike. They're not the same pills, but a lot of them do look alike. All these pills except for 2 in here are basically taken for immune system. So I'm not going to basically say everything that these supplements deal with, because I want you guys to do your own research, and it might not pertain to something that you're trying to address. But I will say every supplement in here basically has another benefit. So you're going to get multi benefits from taking these supplements. So look at the other added benefits that you are getting out of these supplements. So I'm going to start first with this one right here. So everything that I'm showing you guys, you don't have to get the exact bottle. You don't have to get the exact brand. It's your choice which ones you get. Do your own research. Find out what's in the price range that you want. Find out, you know, what has the quantity that you need and stuff. I do recommend probably starting out smaller if you can't afford to get like a larger one. This way, if you know, are not taking them, you don't feel like you wasted your money. So right here, this is the immunity support. And I got this one because several of the ingredients I was going to buy individually. So when I saw this one and it had like both of the pills that I was going to get, I just went ahead and just got this bottle because I was like, we're already, you know, inching up real high on the pills. I will tell you, I spent about $100 on all of my supplements, and this basically is like a little over a month's worth, I think, of supplements. And it might sound high. Actually, I think it's more than a month. Don't quote me. I know I guarantee a month worth of supplements, but again, everything, you don't have to take the exact amount. For some of these it says like you range from 1 pill to 3 pills, or you take it like 2 times a day. It's all about how you want to take them. So sometimes they can stretch a little while longer. So with this one has the olive leaf and the echinacea. Those are the 2 things that I wanted to get separately. So everything, like I said, so I don't have to keep repeating it, everything that I have is for immune support. Most of this stuff is anti-inflammatory, which means it fights against. So when you hear me say anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-fungal, those things mean they're fighting against those types of things. So antibacterial is fighting against bacteria. Antiviral is fighting against viruses. The coronavirus, COVID-19, is a virus. So you're looking for things that's going to fight the virus. So the virus is a respiratory issue. You want to keep your immune system clear because you don't want inflammation. Inflammation causes pneumonia. So inflammation is the inflaming of mucus. So the mucus is inflamed, it's infected, and it's causing you to have that infection, which is causing the virus. So you want to make sure that you get that mucus out of your body because you don't want it to get inflamed. That is the biggest thing. So anything you can keep around you that's keeping that mucus out, when you're waking up in the morning and you feel the mucus, get it out your body. Let it go. Don't leave it in there. You do not want that mucus sitting inside of your body. So the immunity has the olive leaf and echinacea and the andrographis. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, here's the bottle. This is what the bottle it says. So those were the main ones that I needed. Olive leaf is also really good for women's health. So if you have women's issues, urinary tract infections and such, it helps with that. Candidus, it helps with that as well. So my ladies, okay, dual support. A lot of these supplements are dual. They have different uses for other things. So that's why I said I don't want to give y'all a whole list of each one, because I feel like it's important for you guys to do your research. And if I give you everything, then I feel like you won't want to research it. So that's why I got this, the echinacea, the olive leaf, or the 2 main ones that I needed this for. So this was great. And this one is, it stimulates the production of white blood cells. So white blood cells basically fights off basically issues that you have dealing with, like your immune system being compromised. So if you have a high white blood cell count, then that's good, because your body has more blood cells that'll fight off, you know, different viruses, infections that come around. When your white blood cell is low, it's easier for you to be infected by whatever's around you. That's going to cause you to be sick. Okay, I'm trying to make this simple as possible because I had to kind of like simplify things to make me understand, because I can go into a more technical way of saying things, and then I feel like I don't even understand what I'm saying sometimes. So the next one I got, this one is, like I said, is a dual one. So I'll break this down a little bit better, and I'll tell you why I got this. So this one is neem. Neem helps with immune support. Neem is also good if you have a skin issue. And skin issues for me is, I have eczema, and my eczema is really bad on my back for some odd reason. So I take these because it's helping my immune system and it's helping me fight my eczema. So I have a regimen that I've been doing, and I find my eczema is getting slightly better on my back, which I'm so excited about because I'm trying to be cute in my bathing suit with my back and stuff. So I just want that to be cute. Nonetheless, so the neem is really good with helping. If you have like psoriasis, that's another skin issue that you have, it helps deal with that, and neem is really good. And this is actually a really good brand. It can be a little pricey depending on what your budget is, but neem is really good, and this is organic. So if you can get organic supplements, go for it. And this one is, you take 2 capsules per day. This bottle has 90 capsules inside. Okay, the next one is oil of oregano. Oil of oregano is bay. Oil of oregano and the black seed oil. I don't have my black seed oil over here with you guys to show you guys, but if you get nothing else, get black seed oil, get the oil of oregano. Those are 2 main ones I would recommend if I had to recommend anything to you guys. The oil of oregano is, I would consider this to be like what apple cider vinegar is to most people. It's like one of those things that you just take because it works for so many different things that you can't go wrong by taking it. So I take the oil of oregano, and you can take it in different forms. So some people do like the oil, the actual physical oil. So don't get this confused with the oregano that you have like in your kitchen. Because that might not be the same level of oregano that you need. You want to have something that's organic and certified, because they do put additives in the oregano that you use in your kitchen. So oil oregano, get that. Do your research, get some more information on that. Again, I take 2 other pills that's in here that I don't have to mention. It's a women's health pill. It's for my cycle, and I think I might do another video on periods again, and then we can talk about that in another one, because that's like a game changer on changing your whole period. And I don't even know if I want to share that just yet, because it's like, it's so dope. Next one up is turmeric. I would not recommend per se the brand that I have. This is one I just had on hand, so I'm just using the rest of this, and then I'll replace it. I actually have this in powder form, the turmeric. So yeah. I might make my own capsules instead, and that's why I'm just saying I'm going to finish these out, and then I might just put my turmeric in the capsules and then take them myself. If you go to like a health store, you can purchase the capsules and make your own. So this way you know what's in it and what type of capsule that you're using. You want to get like probably like the vegetarian ones. Those are really, really safe. So turmeric, get you some turmeric. It works for a whole lot of uses. You'll see a lot of people using the raw turmeric to deal with their face and clear their skin, because it's amazing for that as well. So this one says 3 capsules a day. The turmeric is the skinny little orange ones that's in there. So they're saying that you have to take 3 of these just to get the amount, because with these supplements, you only get a certain percentage of absorption. So basically, let's say, this is just an example. Let's say if you're taking 100% of the pills, clearly you're taking 100% because you're taking the whole pills. Only 70% of the 100% is actually being absorbed into your blood, if that makes sense. Okay. So with that, it takes me 3 pills to get the proper amount, so I get the proper dosage of this pill. And we just mentioned apple cider vinegar. Again, this is not a brand I would recommend. If you can get a better brand, I actually have another brand. I just left it in the room, but I'm finishing out these pills. I have like the raw apple cider vinegar pills. You guys know, you're familiar. Apple cider vinegar is bae. It does everything. I take this. So I don't take this as much because I was running low. I did just restock up. So this is not necessarily an everyday thing, but I do take them. Okay, the last thing is not a pill. It is a liquid. You can get the pill form, but I have the liquid. Elderberry. Elderberry. Okay? basically, the simplest way for me to explain elderberry, it is the natural cough syrup. It really just deals with all your health issues pertaining to like colds and flus and stuff. It just builds up your immune system. It has, this one that I have is a very good brand. It has the raw honey, the ginger, cinnamon, and cloves all in it. So it's just like the perfect cough syrup for dealing with, you know, colds, flus, that viruses and that kind of stuff. So you have to keep this in the refrigerator. They tell you to shake it well. It's in a dark glass. When you see pills in dark containers, it helps preserve the supplements that's inside of it. So it's better if you can get the darker bottles, because they're gonna remain fresher because of the less exposure to like the light and stuff. To keep them in dark containers is very good. I just thought I'd add that in. And yeah, so that was the last thing that I was gonna deal with supplements. If you guys have any like subtle questions, like about maybe how I take them, or what's been working better for you and stuff like that, just definitely ask me questions. Or if you read something and you just want to add in some other information, then definitely, you know, leave a comment below. But I want you guys really to do your own research, because I think it's important for you to be educated on what you're taking into your body. Even when people recommend things, I just don't want to take them. People have been telling me about black seed oil for a long time, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. And then finally I just sat down and did my research. So it took me months before I started taking it, because I needed to know, you know, the effects of it, if anything would bother me, would there be any adverse reactions and stuff like that. So the supplements that I gave you, for the average person, it should not have any issues. You should be able to safely take these things. But just as a precaution, I'm just putting it out there, you know what I'm saying? Definitely do your own research. So the last thing I want to show you guys is I am now partaking in sea moss. So sea moss is basically, our body is made up of about 102 different minerals. So, you know, you have minerals like potassium, you have calcium, excuse me, that are all throughout your body. So you want to make sure that the things that are in your body, you are replenishing. So you know how you get low on magnesium, and then they say, oh, well, you probably need to take some magnesium pills to help with your joints and strengthen your body and such. Or if you're dealing with cramps, they're very good. Magnesium is very good for cramps and muscles. So you want to replenish those things in your body. Well, sea moss is basically a natural way of doing it. So instead of taking the supplements per se, you can ingest the sea moss. So basically, sea moss is like a natural fungus per se, because it's seaweed basically. And it has no taste. When it's cleaned properly and it's put together well and cleaned and made into a gel, it has no taste at all. So this is basically what the sea moss gel looks like. And this is my personal jar, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so if you put together your sea moss gel correctly, it looks like this, like it won't slide out or whatever. And this has been sitting in the refrigerator. So once I prepare my sea moss gel, I go ahead and put it in the refrigerator, and it's good for 2 to 3 weeks. Now, if you end up needing to use it for longer than that, you want to put it in the freezer. So I would probably recommend using like an ice tray, and individually put them like in the ice cube thing, freeze them up, and then transfer it into a glass sealed container and store it in there. This way you have the exact proportions, and it's going to be fresher for a longer period of time. So this right here will be gone before, you know, that 3-week time frame is up. Now, if you put it in the freezer, it'll last for 3 to 4 months. But that's why I only make small jars. So these small jars stay fresh because the small amounts, and you're going to go through it within that 2 to 3 week period. If you're taking the right amount, I recommend probably like a tablespoon a day starting out. If you feel like you want to do more as you progress in your sea moss journey, then definitely do that. So what I do is I take mine in through a smoothie. So I'm just going to basically make a quick smoothie and show you guys how I go about doing it. So my ingredients for my smoothie personally are strawberries. I use pineapples. Now, if you want to use fresh pineapples, cut it up and slice it up, get how many you want. And then also you want to have some ginger. That's my secret ingredient. I use a squeeze of lime, and then a banana. So that's the last part of my smoothies. So if you decide to use the pineapples in the can, make sure you get the can that says 100% pineapple juice. Don't get the one that's sitting in the syrup because it's nothing but sugar. So it might not be the freshest using the can, but it is an option. It's okay. No one's going to ridicule you for it. Plenty of people do it. So what I'm going to do is I have my items sitting in front of me right now. So everything is here on the cutting board. I cut out about 6 strawberries. You can use less. Some of them were small, so I just used more. Notice that I didn't give you guys any like amounts because it's all up to you how much you want to put in it. I just like to give you the ingredients because then you can put it to taste. Now I am going to use a whole banana. You can use a half a banana if you want. Again, this is all up to you. And then I will be using my NutriBullet to mix everything together. So I have that off to the side. Usually I would cut it up, but I don't want to sit here and just waste time. So I have my pineapples already in there. I'm putting my bananas in here. I'm going to put my ginger in there, and as you can see, this is what ginger looks like if you've never seen ginger before, which is perfectly fine. If you don't really use this, then you might not know what it looks like, but it looks like a little tree. So I've just sliced a few pieces out just like that. Ginger is very potent, so if you're not familiar with it, you might want to start with the smallest dose. You'll taste a little bit of it and you decide if you want to up it or take a little bit out. So I'm starting out with this amount. I know what ginger is. I know how it tastes. I like the taste of it, but it's not for everybody. Next, I'm going to put in my cut up strawberries inside. And this one is really packed. It's usually not this full, but it's fine. And then I'm going to take my lime. This is a half a lime, and I'm going to squeeze the juice in here. Now, it is some lime already in here that I'm about to mix in there, but it's fine. And then last but not least, the most important ingredient, I'm going to put in my sea moss. Now, you can put your sea moss in at any point in time. It's not a certain spot you need to put it in. I just completely just wanted to show you the other ingredients, and now I'm putting the sea moss in. Now this is the sea moss that I'm putting in. Now this is a pretty big tablespoon, but that's only because I've come accustomed to using it, and if you feel more used to it, grab some more and put in there. It's fine. There's no wrong amount to put of the sea moss in there, you know. So that's that, and then I'm gonna seal it up and put it back in my refrigerator. And then I'm going to shut my top on top of my NutriBullet, and then I'm gonna press down. It's gonna get loud for a second, you guys, so just bear with me, honeys. Just bear with me. And I always put this thing in wrong every time, and it always takes forever for me to figure it out because my hands are wet. Y'all, I'm really struggling with this thing. Let me dry my hands off. It was funny because last night I didn't even think it was on the thing, and it just started vibrating. And now that I really need to get it in there, it's not working. And my hands are still wet. Finally. And it mixes really fast, you guys. So it's pretty much done, but I'll leave it on for a few more seconds just to make sure like everything is really, really smooth. Okay, so the best thing about it is when I make my sea moss, it's very creamy, as it should be. You shouldn't have lumps and clumps. You shouldn't taste the sea moss. It should be very clean and clear if you're getting it from the correct people. So I always tap it because you want to get everything that's at that top to fall down so it's no mess. And then I'll kind of scrape it. And then I will take a jar or a glass or whatever you have and just pour it in there. If you find that while you're pouring that you see any clumps and stuff, you can definitely just stop and put it back inside of the NutriBullet or blender, whatever you're using, and just reblend it and make it more creamy. But the clumps that you're having in there are probably going to be from the bananas because we cut down the strawberries. So it depends on, if you have a Ninja, you probably don't have to cut anything because it'll break everything down. I just don't want my NutriBullet to work that hard, and it's faster to just cut it up a little bit make it not have to work as hard. So if you get any type of clumps, it will probably be from the bananas because it's so soft. It kind of slides and glides off the blade that's inside of there. So now we have a smoothie. Oh my God, it's so good. Like every time, I'm not just saying that because I made it. And boy, do I taste the ginger, because like I told you, I'll put a little bit more than usual. I love the taste of ginger. It does not bother me at all. Now, if you want this like icy and cold, you can put ice in it. Just put a little bit less stuff in there and put like a little bit of ice. This way you get that little frozen effect. My ingredients were in the refrigerator, so most of this stuff is cold, so it's fine for me. But if you want that, or you can put it all over the top of ice after you're done. Whatever works for you. This one right here is fine for me, and I just love this ginger taste. You don't taste the sea moss at all. At all. I promise you. So, I know some people that go ahead and take the sea moss straight off the spoon. I'm not there yet in life. Like, I'm just like not there, okay? So, I take mine in smoothie form. You can cook with it and bake with it. It's so many different types. So, I suggest you go ahead and, again, do your research. Figure that stuff out. But if you are, like, in the Atlanta area, and don't worry, you guys, I'm working on trying to figure out how I'm going to do the shipping aspect of it, because I want to make sure if people get this stuff, it's going to be fresh. You're not going to have any issues. But until then, if you are in the Atlanta area, I am selling sea moss gel. I do make it myself. I clean it. I actually just got some more sea moss in so that I could clean and make the gel just today. So I'm excited about that. So this is how the gel comes. It's an 8-ounce glass jar. Right now, we're doing it for $12. I know a lot of people are selling it for $15. I decided to start out with $12. I enjoy, eating the sea moss, and it's been working well for my body. When you purchase it, it does come with some information, just some slight information on storing, your dosage of how much you want to take. And I'm thinking about adding in like this little recipe or whatever. If not, you can definitely watch this video and get it. But I might add that as well for people that might be interested in figuring out, well, what can I do to take it for my first time? And this is a cute little recipe to use. So this video is at 27 minutes already, people. But I feel like I gave you guys a lot of information, so I'm okay with that. So this is how I am trying to stay sane and maintain good health inside of the quarantine. I'm partaking in sea moss, which has been bae. I enjoy it. I've been doing my Yoni steams. If you've seen my other videos, you know I also do Yoni steams. If you take a little peek over here, I just did a I just did a pretty big batch of it right here. So I have my stash, and then I also have any orders that come in. So this is how I recommend storing it. It does come in these magnetic cases, so it reminds you how much steam that you have, and it's convenient in the kitchen because you will need hot water basically to activate it. But I keep it in here, so it does come in a set of 4, so of course you get 4 inside of it. These larger ones are generally for me, but every once in a while someone will say, hey, I just want to try something out. And if you do, these larger ones can be on sale as well. I do have a couple of these sizes to sell out as well. So if you're interested, you can definitely check my Instagram out. I'll leave it in the comments below or in the little description section for you guys if you're interested. I do ship these. These can be shipped because they hold well in shipping. It's just the sea moss that I'm a little iffy about, because I'm not trying to send anybody any bad sea moss. I love and respect this whole natural journey and being healthy journey too much to want to sell you guys anything that's bad or not held up well. So with that being said, that's about it. If you have any questions, any questions at all, feel free to leave them below. You can send me a private message. You can also reach me at TheSpirituallyGlam on Instagram, and we'll chat, or theglamaffictionado@gmail.com if you want to send me an email about anything. All that information will be listed below. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay sane, stay healthy, and love you guys.